I believe we have a professional here, innovators, trailblazers who are joining us for this GSDC Global ISO 42001 webinar. So once again, thank you, GSDC, for having me, for the invitation. And I'll be speaking today on democratizing AI excellence, ISO 42001 as a catalyst for emerging market. Briefly, let me present myself. My name is Eli Kuchi. I am an African. I'm from Togo, in West Africa, and I live in Casablanca in Morocco. I have more than 18 years of experience. I'm a tech entrepreneur and a digital transformation specialist. And I'm the founder of Kekeli Technology, software development and IT consulting firm, who is based here in Morocco and have a subsidiary in Togo. I spent the last decade immersed in the world of technology, building ASP.NET solution by training a software engineer. I've been building a ASP.NET solution for the banking, insurance, and legal sector industry where trust and governance are not just something desirable, but essential. So my work with Microsoft, Azure, and cloud technology has given me a front row seat to the power of AI and the urgent need of responsible AI development and deployment. I would like you to imagine a young woman in rural Ghana, for instance, a country neighbor of Togo, who is diagnosed with tuberculosis using an AI-powered mobile app that analyzes her chest X-ray. The app, trained on global dataset, provides a diagnosis in minutes, saving her a trip to the nearest city, let's say Accra, and enabling her timely treatment. But what if the algorithm was less accurate for her demographic due to a lack of representation in the data that the AI was used to train with? This starkly illustrates both the immense promise and potential pitfall of AI in emerging markets. AI is poised to revolutionize emerging economies and the whole world economy, offering solutions to some of our most pressing challenges. But if it's unchecked, AI can exacerbate existing inequalities and create new problems. This is why AI governance is so essential. So ISO 42001 provides a framework for responsible AI development that can democratize excellence across all markets. During my keynote, I will address these main points. We will see and cover the untapped potential of AI in emerging markets, the opportunities that abound. We will look at the AI governance gap, why it's a critical issue, particularly for emerging economies. We will be introducing ISO 42001, a framework for trustworthy AI. And we will see how ISO 42001 democratizes AI excellence, making it accessible to all. And we will look at how emerging markets can embrace ISO 42001 effectively. Then we'll have a few minutes of Q&A where you can engage and we can explore this concept further. So we are right now in a pivotal moment. AI is being used today already in many solutions, but the choices that we make today about AI governance will determine whether AI becomes a force for good, lifting up community and driving sustainable development, or if it will be a source of further division and inequality. When we look at healthcare, for instance, I want us to see the untapped potential of AI in emerging markets. I want you to imagine how an AI-powered diagnostic tool can reach rural villages in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Togo, in Kenya. How we can use apps that use machine learning to analyze retinal images and detect maybe early signs of diabetic retinopathy or preventing blindness in diabetic patients who would not otherwise have access to specialists. In agriculture, we can have AI-driven irrigation system that can optimize water usage in water-scarce region. And there are companies like Cropin in India that are already providing these services. In finance, we can have AI credit scoring algorithm analyzing alternative data for the unbanked and fostering financial inclusion. In education, we can have personalized learning platform adapt to each student's style, providing individual support where teacher-student ratio are high. We all know that in many African countries, the teacher-student ratio is very high. We have one teacher for a lot of students. But with AI, we can help to reduce that ratio. In government also, we can have smart city initiative to use AI to optimize traffic flow, reduce pollution, like some things we are seeing in Asia or in Brazil. So when we talk about emerging markets, we think of regions like Sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, or Latin America. We know that this economy, according to the World Bank, are home to over 85% of the global population. Yet, in some of this region, they often lack in technological adoption. And AI offers a chance to leapfrog traditional development hurdles to improve those key sectors that I've mentioned already. We also have already success stories in emerging market, and I can list three. We have in Rwanda, Zipline that have drone delivering blood and medical supplies to remote hospital, and it drastically reduced delivery time and saves life. We have MP Degree in Ghana, where mobile technology is used to combat counterfeit drugs. Consumers can verify medication authenticity by scanning packaging code. Those are real issues in our market that some startups are already tackling. We have maybe fraud detection in Kenya, where AI analyzes transaction pattern to flag fraudulent activities, and it prevents financial losses and protect vulnerable customers. We have seen this happening already. So those are great, but we all know there are challenges and there are barriers. I want to address some of the main challenges that we have regarding AI adoption. First of all, we have data scarcity and bias. There is limited access to quality data, especially data that represent diverse population. And usually it leads to biased AI algorithm. You know, if AI is like a very nice or wonderful sport car, data is like the fuel, the oil that can make that car drives well. So data is scarce, but we all know that in many emerging markets, there is scarcity of data. A few days ago, one of my friends was speaking to me about a research that he has to do on green finances. Unfortunately, he has been facing issue collecting data from the emerging markets because most of the data are not digitalized if they exist. So data scarcity and bias is one of the greatest challenges that AI adoption can face. We have infrastructure gaps. There is insufficient computing infrastructure, unreliable internet access, even though there is a lot of progress in many African countries, in many emerging countries. But in some of the countries, we face limited power supply that hinder AI development and deployment, or the cost of power, the cost of electricity that can hinder AI development for companies. One of the challenges we also have is the skills gap. Yes, there is a shortage, and that is a global issue. Let me tell you, it's not only an issue for emerging markets, but this issue is once again pressing for emerging market because the developing country are harnessing the skills, and we have a lot of talented, the few skills, the few talent that we have in the emerging countries are being harnessed by the developing countries. So there's a shortage of skilled AI professionals in emerging markets that limit their ability to build, to deploy, and to maintain AI system. We have also ethical concern. There is a lack of awareness and understanding of ethical considerations surrounding AI that can lead to unintended consequences and that can erode public trust. And this is very essential because when the public trust is eroded in a new technology, the adoption curve is bigger. So these challenges are significant, but they are not insurmountable. As a matter of fact, they offer opportunities and they require strategic and proactive approach guided by robust governance framework. Let's look at the AI governance gap and its consequences. But what exactly do we mean by the AI governance gap? Is the difference between the potential benefit of AI and the safeguards we need to put in place to ensure its used responsibly and ethically. It encompasses the policies, the regulation, the ethical guidelines, and the accountability mechanisms that govern the deployment and the development of AI systems. Without proper governance, this risk that we are going to see can become reality and can be exacerbated. There are 4 essential risks that we can look at. Bias and discrimination. AI algorithms can perpetuate and amplify existing societal biases, leading to unfair and discriminatory outcomes. Because if AI is trained on existing data and the existing data has bias, has discrimination, then AI will just perpetuate that discrimination. There is the lack of transparency and explainability. Opaque AI system making decisions that are difficult to understand or challenge, they erode trust and accountability. That's why we need to advocate for open source AI model. And I'm glad to see that recently the conversation on open source model has been pushed thanks to the recent DeepSeek model that has challenged the status quo from the American closed models from OpenAI, Google. So I think we should advocate for those open models because it will help to build trust and also accountability. There is the security and the privacy risk. We cannot overlook the security and privacy aspects of AI system because AI system can become vulnerable to cyber attacks. And it can misuse personal data, compromising privacy and security. So this is a key point that need to be addressed very strongly. And the 4th and last risk that I will speak about is the economic inequality. There is a great risk of job displacement with AI. As a matter of fact, what I'm seeing behind the scene as a digital transformation specialist, it makes me wonder if there will be jobs for many students that are going through the educational system in 4 to 5 years, because the current educational system is not prepared for what is coming up. There is a great job displacement that is coming because automation driven by AI will lead surely to job losses and will widen the gap between the have and the have-nots. That's why we need to upskill our population in emerging markets. Now, let's look at some real-world consequences of poor governance. And these are not theoretical. They are things that have been happening already. We have, for instance, biased loan application. In several emerging economies, AI-powered loan application has been found to discriminate against women or minority groups, denying them access to credit based or on biased data or algorithms. We have surveillance technologies. We have facial recognition technology used by law enforcement in some countries that has been shown to disproportionately misidentify certain ethnic group, leading to wrongful arrest or harassment. We have algorithmic pricing. You know, there is, in the e-commerce sector, algorithmic pricing can exploit vulnerable consumers by charging them higher prices based on their location or their browsing history. So these examples highlight the urgent need of a structured and a standardized approach to AI governance. Ad hoc policies and self-regulation are simply not enough. We need a comprehensive framework that ensures accountability, transparency, and fairness in AI system. And this is where ISO 42001 comes in. As a certified ISO 42001 lead implementer, I can tell you that this framework can help create a feedback loop to catch any potential error. Now, allow me to introduce you with ISO 42001. ISO 42001 is the international standard for AI management system. It has been developed in 2 years ago and has been launched in end 2023. And it's the international standard for AI management system, AIMS. You can think of it as a blueprint for responsible AI. It provides a structural framework for organizations to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve their AI governance practice. It's based on the Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA cycle, a proven approach to continuous improvement. This ensures that AI systems are developed and deployed in a way that is ethical, responsible, and aligned with stakeholder value. As you can see, this Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA cycle that we use in AIMS, that is already used in other management systems like security management system, information security management system. So as a professional, maybe certified professional, you are already familiar with this cycle. Here is the key component of ISO 42001. This standard covers several key areas. First of all, the context of the organization. Understanding the organization's purpose, stakeholders, and risk related to AI. Here, we ask the question, what are the intended uses and unintended consequences? Second, leadership. We establish clear role and responsibilities and accountabilities. Who ensure that AI system is ethical and responsible in the organization? We have the planning area. We identify and address AI-related risks and opportunities. What are the potential risks and how will they be mitigated? Support and operation. We provide resources, training, and awareness for AI governance. Do employees have the skills and the knowledge to deploy, develop AI responsibly? Can they implement and control the AI processes? How will the AI system be developed, be tested, and be deployed? We also have performance evaluation in this standard, how we can monitor and measure the effectiveness of the AIMS. How will the AI system be monitored to ensure it's performing as expected and not causing harm? And there is a last part about the improvement, how we can take corrective action and continually improve the AIMS. How will the AI system be improved based on feedback and data? So these are some of the key areas that the standard covers. What are the benefits of implementing ISO 42001? First of all, there is improved AI governance. We reduce risk, we increase compliance, and we promote responsible AI development. There is, secondly, enhanced trust and transparency. We increase stakeholder confidence by demonstrating a commitment to ethical AI. There is a competitive advantage because this standard implemented in an organization will distinguish that organization as a responsible AI innovator, attracting, of course, customers and investors. We facilitate market access and we promote innovation. We can meet regulatory requirements and customer expectations, opening doors to new markets. And we can provide a structured framework for AI development, fostering innovation and creativity. So you can see the benefits of implementing a recognized international standard in organizations. How ISO 42001 can democratize AI excellence. First of all, it will level the playing field because it will provide a ready, excuse me, so I was saying that ISO 42001 will level the playing field. It will provide a readily available, internationally recognized framework for AI governance. Instead of having to develop their own standard, emerging market can leverage ISO 42001 to accelerate their AI journey. They don't need to start from scratch anymore. So I believe this is a game changer. Secondly, it can build capacity and expertise. Because the process of implementing ISO 42001 is itself a capacity building exercise, because it forces the organization to develop internal expertise. You need to train employees on AI ethics, on governance, on responsible AI development. The organization will have to establish clear policies and procedure, and that will define ethical guidelines and accountabilities, a mechanism for AI system. You need to provide data quality and management. And of course, it will foster collaboration and a culture of responsibility in the organization. Because by embedding ethical consideration into all stages of the AI life cycle, you foster a culture of responsibility. And of course, you need to improve data quality in the organization. So it means ensuring that the AI systems are trained on accurate, representative, and unbiased data. All that will, as a matter of fact, build capacity in the organization. And also, it will foster, of course, collaboration, as I was saying earlier, because it will need stakeholders like government, businesses, research, and civil society to collaborate together to develop and deploy AI responsibility. And by providing this common framework, there is a shared understanding of ethical principle and best practice. For instance, a local university can partner with a government agency to develop training program based on ISO 42001. And I believe this is a game changer. So practically, as we are heading to the end of our keynote, practical steps for emerging markets to adopt ISO 42001. Let's look first at government initiative for ISO 42001 adoption. Government in emerging market can play and should play and have to play a crucial role in promoting the adoption of ISO 42001. How? Let me just give a few elements that government can implement to promote the adoption of ISO 42001. First of all, government can incentivize certification. It can offer tax break or grants or other incentive to organizations that obtain ISO 42001 certification. So if organization knows that they are certified ISO 42001, they will have maybe tax grant or tax break for maybe 2-3 years. It will push them to obtain the certification. I believe governments can also integrate ISO 42001 into national AI strategies. For instance, they can make it a requirement for government-funded AI projects. Of course, government can develop training programs, by creating educational program for AI professional and the public on AI ethics and governance. And also, it can establish regulatory sandbox by providing a safe space for organizations to test and validate their AI system in a controlled environment, as is already done in fintech. So government can provide that regulatory space. We have seen in Europe the EU AI Act a couple of months ago that has been introduced. We need in emerging market government to establish regulatory sandboxes. But governments alone initiative cannot promote AI adoption. We need businesses to join and take actions to embrace ISO 42001. These are some of the steps that businesses can take. For instance, businesses can conduct what we call a gap analysis by accessing their current AI governance practice against the requirement of ISO 42001 to see where they stand. This gap analysis is the first step that businesses and the private sector can adapt or can implement. They should invest in training and awareness by educating their employee on AI ethics, governance, and security and responsible AI development. They should develop also an implementation plan by creating a roadmap for achieving ISO 42001 certification. Governments should also, businesses should also seek certification, because by obtaining ISO 42001 from accredited certification body, like GSDC, for instance, they can promote accountability and transparency. And they can build trust with investors and with their partners, because their partners will know that, yeah, this organization is certified in AIMS or in ISO 42001. And, you know, as someone with expertise, as someone with expertise in .NET and Azure, I can tell you that Cloud Platform are tools for data lineage and model stability that can be crucial for demonstrating compliance with ISO 42001 transparency requirements. So organizations can promote transparency by adopting, by embracing ISO 42001. But not only businesses. Now I want to challenge professionals that you are listening to me now. As individuals, if you are a professional, you have not been spared for the AI wave that has fall upon the professional world since ChatGPT in November 2022. But AI does not start with ChatGPT. As a matter of fact, ChatGPT has helped many people to be aware of AI and how it can help them in their work. So as professionals, as individuals, you can contribute to democratize AI excellence around you. First of all, by learning. Secondly, by advocating. Thirdly, by participating. And fourthly, by support. Learning HOT, learning about AI ethics and governance. You need to stay informed about the latest development and ethical considerations surrounding AI. Watch webinars. Of course, the pace of innovation in AI is hard to keep up, but I encourage you as a professional to have like weekly or monthly learning to keep up with the developments in AI. You have to be advocates for responsible AI, promote ethical AI practice in your organization, in your communities. Participation, how? In AI governance discussion, engage in conversation about the future of AI. Don't be led aside and try to ensure that it benefits everyone. And support by supporting organizations committed to ethical AI. Choose to work for and support organizations or companies that prioritize responsible AI development. So, as I'm heading to close, I would like to say that the future of AI in emerging market is not predetermined. It's up to us to shape it. We must work together. Governments, businesses, researchers, and individual professionals. We must work together to ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically, that it benefits all of us, and that it contributes to a more just and equitable world. We need to embrace AI, not be AI doomers. No, yes, there is a lot of risk with AI. As in every tool that human creates, every tool that human creates can be used for good or be used for bad. So we should not be afraid of the tool. AI is first of all a tool. We need not to be afraid of it. We need to embrace it. We need, as professionals, to take action. We need, as emerging markets, to be in the conversation. We need not to be only consumers, but we need to be producers of AI solution that tackles our challenges. There are so many challenges that as emerging markets face, but those challenges are also opportunities. If you are a developer, align your next project. A software developer, align your next project with ISO 42001. If you're a policymaker, if you're working in government, champion AI adoption. If you're an entrepreneur, use AI in your process. Become AI-minded. Just not adopt it, democratize its excellence. It means making it accessible to as much as people as possible. We need, as professionals, to be at the front of this technological revolution. Because believe me, what is coming or what is already here is a game changer. It's an opportunity. We are already talking about AI agents. A few days ago, there is an AI agent called Manus AI that has been launched from China. And when you see it in action, it will blow your mind. So we need to embrace it. We need to integrate AI into our education system. From the very, very early level, I mean, primary schools, I urge each of you, I urge you to consider how ISO 42001 can be that framework that can transform your AI initiative. Embrace this framework, invest in your team, forge partnerships that will help you navigate the challenge ahead. Because I believe we stand at a pivotal moment in the evolution, in the development of humankind. The promise of AI is enormous. Its true potential can only be unlocked when the innovation is guided by robust, ethical, and secure practices. And ISO 42001 offers us a comprehensive roadmap to achieve that vision. So I want to thank you, all, for taking your time to listening to me. Thank you for your attention. And I'm now happy to answer any question that you may have as we continue the conversation together. Thank you very much.